All right, so as you know, your bartender should be a wealth of knowledge, but we've got a guy that not only has a wealth of knowledge, he's busting myths tonight.
Busting myths tonight.
Andy, welcome back.
Thank you very much for having me.
Where are we starting?
We're going to start with one of the most blatant, hard-hitting myths to bust.
All right.
And I'm just going to go dig right into it, and I'm going to tell you that people think it's a good idea to take shots of Jose Cuervo.
Really?
And why is that?
I'm here to tell you tonight that it's not a good idea, and there's a really specific reason why. Jose Cuervo Gold, the product that's right here in front of me, which has just come to be known as straight Jose Cuervo, although there are other types of Jose Cuervo.
Yeah.
Jose Cuervo Gold was originally designed specifically to mix into a margarita. So if you go out pounding shots of Jose Cuervo Gold, you're not really doing what the inventors of this tequila designed it to do.
So even the company says, don't take shots.
Exactly.
Enjoy and mix this.
The American palate got a hold of Jose Cuervo very early on, and they started doing shots, and I think it was a great phrase. One of the marketing people from Jose Cuervo said that initially the people in the company just kept keeping up with this demand because Americans were pounding shots of Jose Cuervo, and they said that they initially met demand to satisfy the demand, but not necessarily to educate people's palates. So now that we're into a finer era of bartending, due to Seven Saints and some of the other places here in town, we're here to tell you that, you know, if you want to do a shot of tequila, Jose Cuervo's big brother Platino, which would be to your left on the table, is a much better idea. It's a silver tequila. They take a lot more time and effort in roasting the agave hearts and to actually produce the tequila itself. Now, a good margarita, fresh mixed,
Margaritas,
doesn't have any kind of that garbagey sweet and sour mix that you find on the gun.
What?
Anytime you use a sweet and sour mix off the gun, I always kind of cringe. Good things don't come off the gun.
Now, what does it mean off the gun?
Oh, the bar gun.
Oh, the bar gun.
That
Okay.
big thing
I was like, what kind of bar lingo are you using here? Because you've lost me.
Any device that will produce both cranberry juice, Diet Pepsi, sweet and sour mix, it's just not a good idea. I like to get really in there. So we're going to squeeze
you did some
really
limes
quickly.
and lemons, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Limes, lemons, tequila, and then we're basically making our own sweet and sour mix here.
Ah, very nice. So it is something you can definitely do at home. Now, while you're finishing this one up, tell us what myth number 2 is.
Myth number 2 is that bourbon does not have to come from Bourbon County, Kentucky. And bourbon, Jim Beam is a bourbon, but Jack Daniel's is not. So anytime you go to the bar and you order, a shot of Jack Daniel's is a Tennessee whiskey. And obviously what I just kind of said, the fact that it comes from Tennessee isn't what keeps it from being a bourbon.
Okay.
So Tennessee whiskey right here, Jack Daniel's actually undergoes a process called the Lincoln County process where they filter it through a whole bunch of charcoal. And at that point, bourbon makers say, well, you can't really do that and still call yourself a legitimate bourbon. But then it's neither better nor worse, just different.
Okay.
So bourbon does not have to come from Bourbon County, Kentucky. As a matter of fact, here's kind of myth busting to the second degree. There's currently no bourbon that comes from Bourbon County, Kentucky.
What?
There's not even one.
Really?
Well,
Bourbon was named after the French royal family that owned the territory at the time. And it just so happens that that was segmented into smaller portions which contain Bourbon County, but unfortunately no distilleries in Bourbon County.
Here's Andy's beautiful margarita. Of course, no, what was that? What did you put in it?
Sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour.
No
Thank
sweet
you.
and sour, right.
I can't even talk right now. I'm so excited about the margarita.
And squeezed margarita right there. You can come to Seven Saints and get these all the time, but especially I wanted to put in a quick plug that there's going to be a huge event in downtown Champaign on October 9th called the Cuervo Games.
That looks awesome.
It's going to be fantastic. Fun, fun, fun. They've got a big obstacle course for people to run. It's going to be a great time. Come drink these.
Myth number 4.
Real quick, we got 30 seconds.
Oh, a double is not the same thing as a tall. If you go to the bar and you order a double shot of, say, Captain and Coke, you're going to get 2 of these shots right here. You get a close one? 2 of these in 1 of these. If you order a tall, most people expect that to be double liquor. It's not. A tall is going to be 1 of these in bigger glass.
Really?
Absolutely. A tall is used for people who kind of want to slow down or who don't want to drink as much.
Got it. So tall means less alcohol. Double means you're getting double the punch.
Exactly.
All right, Andy, thank you so much for coming in tonight. We need you to pick our next winner tonight.
My very unbiased bartender hands.
Of course. And it goes to Busy Bee 75. Hopefully, Busy Bee, you're still in the chat room. We'll confirm that over the break. But Andy, thanks for coming in tonight.
Yeah, good information as always.
Always
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Most well-educated bartender in town.
Absolutely.
At least in my
He's here. Hello. All right, we're back after this.